No one should be treated poorly or abused. It is your human right to be safe from abuse and to not be treated badly. Unfortunately, many people with disabilities experience some form of abuse during their lifetime, at higher rates than the general population. The Disabled Persons Protection Commission is a state-run organization designed to protect folks with disabilities from abuse and to hold their abusers accountable. This training will help teach you how to recognize the various types of abuse and how to report suspected abuse to the DPPC. Any incident where there is a reasonable cause to believe that a person has been abused, harmed, exposed to risk, or subjected to mistreatment because of something a caregiver or provider did or did not do should be reported to DPPC. Every report of abuse filed through the Disabled Persons Protection Commission will be investigated and followed up on to ensure the safety of the victim of alleged abuse. This training will cover 5 of the most common forms of abuse, starting with physical abuse. Physical abuse is defined as the use of physical force against someone in a way that causes pain or injury to that person. This includes things such as hitting, pinching, biting, shoving, kicking, or burning. It often will result in visible injuries such as bruises, fractures, cuts, sprains, and in some cases internal injuries. Any assault should be reported to the Disabled Persons Protection Commission, even if there is not an injury visible. Physical abuse can create trauma, stress, and emotional harm. A person who is experiencing physical abuse may present with changes in their mood or overall behavior, such as becoming much more withdrawn or agitated than they normally would be. The next type of abuse we'll discuss in this training is emotional or verbal abuse or mistreatment, which is defined as the use of threatening, humiliating, or intimidating words or actions. Emotional abuse may be verbal or nonverbal. It's when words, actions, or gestures are used to threaten, humiliate, or intimidate a person. Some examples include name-calling, using derogatory terms, and swearing, screaming, yelling, or raising your voice at another person, frightening words or gestures, and threats of harm, punishment, or humiliation. If a person is visibly upset after being called names, yelled at, intimidated, or threatened, then it is likely emotional abuse and should be reported to the DPPC. Neglect or omission of care, which is defined as failing to provide needed care for a person, resulting in injury or placing them at risk. Examples include lack of proper supervision, not following through on medical protocols, an individual who requires close supervision suffering a preventable fall or otherwise injuring themselves due to inattentive staff, individuals not dressing properly for weather conditions, or when individuals are not provided with healthy food and drink. Sexual abuse is defined as when a caregiver or provider forces, tricks, threatens, exploits, or otherwise engages a person with a disability in a sexual activity, or if they permit another person to engage in non-consensual sexual activity with said person. Sexual abuse also extends to any unwanted touching, groping, or pointed sexual remarks made towards an individual. Financial abuse or exploitation, which is defined as the illegal or improper use of another person's funds, property, or assets. Some examples include a caregiver or provider taking an individual's money, a caregiver using an individual's money to pay for their own expenses, a provider persuading an individual to give them money, give them possessions, or buy them something. So, to recap, the 5 types of abuse are physical, emotional, neglect, sexual abuse, and financial abuse. How to make the report. All job coaches and managers at the farm are mandated reporters. That means you can go to them if you ever feel like you or someone you know is being abused, and they can help you through the process of filing a report with the Disabled Persons Protection Commission. If you prefer, you can also call the DPPC's 24-hour hotline yourself. The DPPC's hotline is active 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, so you can make the call at any time. The phone number to reach the Disabled Persons Protection Commission hotline is 1-800-426-9009. This phone number is posted in common spaces around the farm. All staff and managers can provide you with this number when asked. What happens next? When the DPPC receives your call, they will begin an investigation into the alleged abuse. Their first priority is making sure the victim is safe and that no more abuse will occur. The detective unit at DPPC will review the case, and law enforcement will become involved if a crime has occurred. DPPC may conduct an investigation themselves by reviewing all the information related to a case and interviewing the alleged victim, alleged perpetrator, any witnesses, and any support staff. Once the investigation is complete, the Disabled Persons Protection Commission will decide whether abuse did or did not occur. No matter what the outcome of the report, the DPPC may offer some recommendations for corrective actions to prevent future incidents, injuries, or mistreatment. And that's it for this training. Thanks for watching, everybody, and please use the link below for the follow-up quiz.